Bro, I could not be more excited for the video today. First of all, I want to introduce you to the new project. The new project it's a GMC C15. It's really similar to a Chevy C10, but it's a 3/4 ton version. So it would be a Chevy C20 technically, but the GMC version is a C15. But either way, man, it is a super cool truck. So we are starting off a few months back where we go to pick up the truck, and also we have a lot more progress to get done on the square body C10 that we have been working on, man. This is the new project, this is the video right now, and this is the dumper.
And now, you're watching the It's All Fun and Games this holiday season until Grandpa comes over wearing a mistletoe on his belt buckle channel of YouTube. Welcome to BodeVision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me yet again on another video. So quick background on this truck. I actually found it on Marketplace. This truck was grouped in with a listing that was just a generic listing of an old dude that was trying to get rid of a bunch of junk on his property. And junk it is. So through all the pictures, I found this one photo and I had to ask him specifically about this truck. And I feel like this is why I got as good of a deal on the truck as I did, because it wasn't advertised for what it was. It was more so a diamond in the rough, well, a rough in the rough really if you look at it. So I got a good friend of mine to give me a hand. We got his truck, we took a trailer, we made a deal on it, and let's just get this thing loaded up, man. Really excited for this. All right, so we just picked it up right now. He is going to actually pull me back, so let's get it loaded up, get it figured out, and then we will make our way back to our side of town. Let's go. I gotta try to shoot this gap over here. He's pushing me on a tractor. I gotta make sure to not hit his little camper over there. All right, let's get it loaded up. All right, so we're over here getting it loaded up. And I forgot to hit the brakes. Let's get this fixed and then get back on the road and make our way back. So now really quickly, let me give you a little bit more context of what exactly is going on. So obviously you saw me, I was in the truck, I was steering, I was doing my part to get it lined up on the trailer, and then old dude was pushing me with his tractor, no problem, and then my buddy was standing at the front of the trailer. Now keep in mind, this truck has no motor, it has no brakes, it's just a rolling shell. It really has nothing to it at all. So I was being pushed up the ramp, directed exactly where to go. I was going. Before I knew it, I went down, and it was just all sorts of chaos, man. They pushed me over the front axle. I'm not gonna say whose fault it was exactly, but I know it wasn't my fault because I tried to press the brakes. But either way, man, all we could do was laugh at the situation. So we just had to correct it, lift up the front, pull the trailer forward, get this thing loaded up, and we are back on our way to Orlando. Now, looking back at this, we are definitely way overloaded and underpowered and off balance. The whole thing was chaos. I am definitely never going to do something like this again. The goal is for this truck or any type of truck in the near future, I need to get a big truck that I can pull a trailer with. And what better truck to do it with than a 3/4 ton GMC C15. What a really cool truck. So the idea is I want to turn this into my actual functioning work truck, where the slam box, that was kind of like a showpiece. I wanted to get my feet wet into the old truck game, and here I am. I'm doing the damn thing over here. So now I need a truck that is going to be a good workhorse for me. So now that we got the truck loaded up relatively safely, definitely sketchy, let's make our way back to the shop. right, dude, so here she is, the dumper in all of her glory, man. What a cool truck. So I was told this dump bed actually should work. It's a hydraulic dump bed. There's a hydraulic cylinder under here. I think that's one of the first things that I'd like to do to see if it works, because it works, we are going to utilize it. If it doesn't work, I don't even know if I want to have this bed on here at all. Decisions like that are going to come later in the future. The first thing I need to focus on, as you can see right now, it's paw wall sitting sideways. We have a flat over here. So I think I'm definitely not going to be running these wheels and tires, just because we got the tractor special up front, the full steels in the back, we have an old school tread pattern in the back. It's just all a mess. But what I need to do is I need to get this one ripped off, so that way I can at least put something in there, because this old pig is just completely stuck where it is, and I cannot have that. So we got the tire loaded up, and as you can tell, or maybe not tell, I am actually in the Slam Box, the most recent giveaway, the giveaway truck. I have officially decided to extend the giveaway 1 week. You have until the end of this coming week. That is Friday. I am uploading this on a Sunday, so you better get your purchases in by Friday, and then the following week, or the following video, we will have a winner announced. The winner will be contacted prior to the video going live, so hopefully I can have some kind of a dialogue or some kind of understanding of who you are. So if you entered already or plan on entering, be looking out for the email saying that you are the winner. Go ahead and get a last few entries, because the time is running out, and then that's it for this truck. So let's make our way over to get this tire swapped out, so that way we can go from the Slam Box to the dumper and get this thing to the point that I can actually push it around, because what a mess to just have a beached truck. All right, let's make our way over there and make this happen. All right, so I pulled up to my local tire spot. These guys always take care of me over here, super nice guys. So let's go see what they got for me. Hopefully they just got something used, something cheap, something that I can throw on the truck, because this truck will never ever see the road with this tire on it. I just need something to get it rolling around the yard. Cool, man.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks so much, bro. Thank you, man.
You build it?
Yeah. It's on a Lincoln Town Car chassis, so it runs dry, like AC, fuel injected. It's basically a Lincoln Town Car.
That's all you?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah. Everything. Weld, fab, paint. This box was sitting in a field for like 15 years. This box was off of a different truck, so I did the whole paint job. It's all airbrushed and everything. All right, so all good. He gave me the used special. Good to go. Let's make it back to the shop. We'll throw this on the truck, and then we'll see what's next. Good stuff, man. Cool coming out here. So now that the truck is sitting level just like it's supposed to be, let me give you a little tour of this truck. So there's a few differences with the GMC and the Chevy. One of them being this hood has this whole rib going on right here, which is super cool. I don't know what I'm going to keep of this hood, because this has seen better days, but the grill is super cool. The two headlights, the whole thing. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the seat. We are going to have to redo it. A lizard just jumped down from the abyss. There's probably been more animals in here in the last couple years than people, but overall, man, it is pretty cool. And dude, I love this dash. I'm going to want to keep everything in here. Stick shift, 4-speed steering wheel. I'm not going to want to dash swap it or do anything crazy like what I did on the Slam Box. I'm just going to try to want to get it going and get it running and do everything that I feel is best to keep this truck super practical and really cool. So coming around, we got the dump bed on her. That's what we call it, the dumper. So this whole thing here will lift up in a minute. I want to throw a battery at it and see if I can't get it to lift up. But coming underneath, it's got surface rust. But as far as structurally and everything that needs to be there, everything looks pretty good, especially for a 1965. I mean, as you can see, all that stuff. The bed hinges right there. We got the beefy 8-lug 3/4 axles. We got the drive shaft still in there. Coming around to this side, everything's looking pretty good. I believe somebody might have started to do body work on the hood itself just because the hood is so rusty. So maybe they took it down to metal, did a little bit of filler work. That's what some of this is over here. It's just body filler, but who knows, man. Super cool truck either way. So we got the pump right here. What I'm thinking is I'm just gonna put a ground right here from a jumper cable. I'm thinking one of these up here, hypothetically down, hypothetically up, or up and down, whatever, on top of this solenoid. This is probably controlled by a switch. So we're just gonna try to bypass all this stuff. The first thing that we tried to do was hook it up how it was hooked up in the truck, and none of that's working, so we're trying to go directly to the source. All right, so we have a little bit of a problem. Number one, I'm laying in the dirt, and that's okay, I'll get over it. But we got to the point where we got this guy right here, and if I was trying to get you to see this, if I tap it, we're going up. Boom, up, real good. But now the relay, now when I'm trying to go down, we are just clicking. So that could be one of two things, right? Either there's something wrong with the electrical up there, or the pump itself is seized, so the pump can't turn. It should rotate one way to move fluid and the other way to move fluid. And the distance between that guy and that guy is the amount that I have already lifted it. But now if we can't go down, I obviously don't want to lift it anymore. We don't want to be 12 o'clock boys with the dumper. We need to get it down before anything else. So right now what we have the one trip Bandit. You can go ahead and load up everything that you need, bring it to the dump everything out. That's your one trip, that's all you got, and that's not going to work. So I gotta figure something out, or even if based on the stuff that you saw with that footage earlier, if you know more about what's going on with that, if I wasn't doing the right thing by throwing hot at this lead and then hot at that lead, if I was doing something wrong, please let me know, because I'd love to get this thing working. I mean, that's the whole, you can't have a dumper without the dumper able to dump. Then it's just a half-ass dumper, and no one wants a half-ass dumper. So this, so with this, I really wanted to show it to you, kind of introduce what we got going on. I'm gonna do the wheels, suspension, the brakes. You know, we're gonna do the whole thing. This is gonna be my truck. This is going to be a good truck, especially since it's 3/4 ton. Should be really beefy and really good. So at this point, we have to switch gears and get back to working on the square. Let me see if I can pick you up. We have to get back to working on the square body C10 back in the shop. Come on, Ava, get out of the shop. Come on. Now that that box is looking so phenomenal, it is time to start to get the bed prepped and ready to go back on the frame itself. I gotta take a few measurements, figure out where I need to make this cut. So what we are going to do, we are going to have a ramp kind of in the bed. Some people like to raise the entire floor, but then you're wasting a bunch of space, but then it does look nice and flat. We opted to just notch out over where that step notch is, so I need to get that cut out so we can put the bed back on the frame. The wheels, I'm gonna see what needs to happen to that in a little bit. Let's just get the bed notched out so that way we can get it thrown on and then see exactly what I gotta do for the wheels. I don't know how high up those tubs need to be, if they even need to come up at all. I think they will. Right, so at this point with the square body, we have everything sitting right here. All of this stuff. We have my air lines for all of the everything that I've been running through my valve right here. This is just going to go in the box and hook straight onto the tank itself. All of that stuff, which is in here, oh so nicely ready to go. There is a hole in the bottom right back there. That hole lines up perfectly with that hole right there, and everything is just ready for it to go in. Now we have the sending unit 100% ready to go. This is going to work with the OEM gauge. We just tested it out. Everything is solid. We also have my return line as well as my fuel sending line. We have my filter right there. We have the pump right there. Everything just goes up and around with my AN lines all into the factory stuff. So everything is working just like it should be. This video, believe it or not, it might not have seemed like a lot got done on this truck, but I've just spent the last few days knocking out all this tedious stuff, and that is huge when it comes to a project. If you kind of just go super slow, film every step, I feel like it's going to take way too long. So I just wanted to get this knocked out. In the next video, we are going to get the bed thrown on the back, finish that out. There's probably only one more video left of this. The slam box giveaway you got until the end of this week, like I mentioned earlier, and we have the dumper over there that we are going to get started on. So let me know what you think of everything down below. Ava, come on, bro, it's time time to go to school. Time to go to school. Sunday school. We'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Ava, you want to say bye to them?
Goodbye, diarrhea.
That's what I get around here. Goodbye, diarrhea.